Anybody see my minutes?
My agenda, I don't know what happened to it.
We will call the Pownal Select Board regular meeting Thursday, August 1st, 2013 at 7 p.m. For the agenda approval of the minutes, warrants, mail. We need to reschedule the transfer station supervisory monthly meeting, which will switch with our road foreman because he's on vacation. Old business, I'd like to touch on our insurance that we renewed last month, just to get some rough figures for you guys. And I see no new business on there. We have a Board of Abatement meeting next week, just to remind you guys, at 5 o'clock before our regular Select Board meeting. And also to announce that our picnic will be August 25th. That's a Sunday, the last Sunday of August as scheduled. With anything else or nothing more to be added, I will take a motion.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approve the minutes of, yeah, don't have a date there, so, of 7/18.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Warrants. Payroll in the amount of $177.77. Payroll in the amount of $9,918.92. I believe we have some recreation in this too. Yes, we do. Payroll I didn't give the date on that one. The payroll on that one I just read off was from 7/21, 7/26/13. This payroll in the amount of $6,741.61 in the pay period of 7/28 to 8/2. Okay, accounts payable in the amount of $80,617.02. Right off the tiptoe, one of our big items there is our Blue Cross Blue Shield, Green Mountain Power, and People's Bank payment, and blacktopping that we had done. So one's our sewer, and one's $12,000 on some blacktopping. So those are your large ones that got that up to that figure.
Is that for both roads? Do you know?
No, I don't believe it was.
Okay. I know I read.
I think the other one went through, I think, because it had to be in on last month.
Yeah.
With the FEMA reports. Accounts payable in the amount of $7,556.16. You've got DRB and Lister's supplies, lawn mowing in there, payroll transfer to IRS. Those are your larger items in that. And those are your warrants, folks. Hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mail. We have a municipal excess weight permit, Hutch Crane and Pump Rental Company Corporation. Our road foreman has seen it and signed it. Insurance cards are with it. What is your pleasure?
Motion to accept. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have an open letter to the Board of Selectmen from Matthew Reed of Essex, Vermont. He's just explained he's a patron of the Green Mountain Renegades, and he watched one of our select board meetings online, and he is supporting the Renegade Flyers at Green Mountain Park. He says that GMFR members who are regular travel to Pownal and people like myself travel hundreds of miles to visit your town. So he is in support of the planes down there and just wanted it to be recognized. We have a letter from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, and it is in reference to our dam inspection, and that it was inspected and found to be satisfactory condition with no dam safety deficiencies were observed. We have the ZA's monthly log report. Number of applicants received were 5, number accepted were 5, 2 verifications and 3 permits. Memorandum to the Vermont Leagues of Cities from Karen B. Horn. Please consider nominating an exceptional municipal officer or legislature for municipal services to the Legislative Service Award. If anybody has anybody in mind, the application is here. Vermont Cities, Towns, and Leagues. We also have 2013 Town Fair, Thursday, October 3rd, Killington Grand Hotel. It's a premier conference for municipal officers, employees, and volunteers. Vermont Cities and Towns and Leagues. That is our mail. Okay. Forget that. And we're supposed to touch base on this easement, if I'm not mistaken.
Any questions?
No. Does any of the board have questions on the easement? On the hydro facility set up at the tannery with the, gone through the paperwork on that Peter's looked at and we've tossed back and forth. We need to give an okay on this, or if anybody's in doubt or not okay, but I'm assuming that everybody's looked at it and everything seems to be fine. So we need to get this under motion before next week's meeting, so now would be a nice time to...
No, we don't need to do that yet. It hasn't been finalized.
Hasn't been finalized.
It will be finalized for signature on the 8th,
Okay,
pending no further questions.
Well,
okay.
the last inspections went through fine, I guess.
Right.
So,
All right, so if there is anything, look it over again, so next week we
So
can,
I really want to know, are you clear on your uses?
pretty much,
For hydro, electric.
the property in general itself, for the rest of the properties. For recreation, what can be used, what cannot be used, according with the provisions on what the EPA did down there and stuff. You know, there's no digging, there's no planting, there's no driving stakes in the ground, different things like that. But they do want it to be a reuse type facility and beneficial to the town. So, if everybody's aware on it, so we have this when it comes before us. Okay, the only other thing I have, unless I'm missing something, is we did have questions on our insurance which were renewed with wills. There was some differences in it, and just to bring everybody up to speed, I asked Linda for a breakdown of it, and I've got what we have here because there was a difference. I don't know how many of you people had your insurances come due yet at your place, but mine all went up this year. I think that's pretty much across the board for everybody. The town was no exception. The difference being was $7,128 that ours went up. I'll give you a quick rundown. The workers, 2012 was $18,188. This year it's $22,169. Property was $23,060. This year it's $25,014. Public officers, $26,045. This year $26,088. Employment practice, $14,033. Last year, or this year rather, $14,059. General liability from $8,003 to $8,079. Law enforcement, $488 to $500. Business auto from $49.17 to $59.53. That's a pretty good jump. I'm assuming maybe our new backhoe added a little bit to that. Treasury bond, $975. $975 has stayed the same. So that's where you come up with your difference of $7,128 for our total blanket coverage.
I have a question, since I've never been through this before. When this is effective from when to when?
A fiscal year,
Fiscal
January
year?
or July.
Okay. Has the board ever put this out to bid before with different insurance companies?
Yes. Yep.
Is that a standard practice, or is it?
Pretty much across the board. Somehow we missed it this year.
Okay.
I'm not sure what. Being
We
tangled.
obtained quotes from the league. They were here a couple of times,
From the league?
Yep.
cities and towns.
Uh-huh.
And they gave us quotes, they did presentations, and there was question as to whether the emergency services wish to become under the umbrella of the town's insurance. Currently, they have their own.
Mm-hmm.
And
There was some cause there because city, towns, and leagues don't carry, is it the comprehensive on them, or what was it? There was something they do not carry that the fire department has on their own. There is a policy that they do not carry, so it wasn't in their favor to do this, because David came down to and we went through this.
David also presented
Yep,
some
through
of
this
his
presentation.
thoughts, and Wills also insures Shaftesbury and North Bannington as well as Pownal. And there was also discussion about having someone local, so that like when we add a new truck or whatever, that we're dealing with someone local. And the Wills Insurance Agency has provided excellent service for the town as far as that, if the board needs anything, letters, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that. I just didn't know
Yep.
if there was a process involved with that
Yep.
before.
We,
As to,
As a general rule of thumb, Dave always tells us when we do our budgeting to always try to include at least a 5% increase.
I say, we missed going over it as well.
Your workers' comp is always based on your payroll, which fluctuates from year to year. And if for some reason your payroll increases, they will ask you for additional premium. We have that audit. I do that audit with workers' comp in August, which is, for me, will be the week of the 12th.
okay.
So that's figures probably subject to change as well.
Thank you.
Every now and then we should check this. We missed it this year. It's not. I don't think the end of the world. David's worked with us extremely well in the warehouse
They do a
down there in
great job.
Pownal. We did very well going through that, and he held our hand through it because there were some complications, and that is one of the bonuses of having somebody local
Without a
right
doubt.
here work with us, so. But I wanted to clear that up because there were some questions on it in this way. It puts it out in the open and people know what the difference was and why it was. So with that, the only thing I'll say is don't forget next week, guys, we have a Board of Abatement at 5 o'clock here. And I'll announce the town picnic again, which I will do several more times before this month is over and we actually have it. And that'll be August 25th, Sunday.
Fine.
Noon till it's 3-ish, give or take an hour, depending on how many people and what they're doing and what's going on. If there's nothing more before this board,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.